Okay, so welcome again to this workshop for the legal sector. If you don't know what XAIDA stands for, it's Extreme Events Artificial Intelligence for Detection and Attribution. And I'm just going to start by explaining very briefly what detection and attribution are. So the field of attribution is relatively new compared to many other fields in science. The first papers came out in 2004 following a very extreme heatwave event in Europe in 2003, which many of you will be aware about. And then we use very broad areas and a very broad timescale as well. We looked at temperature anomalies across the whole of the season. And since then, a lot of progress has been made. And now we can look at specific shorter term events, such as this record-shattering heat wave in the Pacific Northwest from 2021. And here it was really, the maximum temperatures which created the headlines on a single day or two. And this kind of event, this stimulates many studies, rapid attribution studies, but also long-term studies that we've looked at in XAIDA too. And the question these studies generally address first are events like these changing in frequency or magnitude? And to answer that, we first look at the observed worlds. What can we actually see in the observed world on the daily timescale? Here, for example, you can see the maximum daily the annual maxima of the hottest temperature of the day. And you can see a time series of that. And indeed, you can see that there is a trend in time, and the event itself stands out way above that. But there is a trend in the background which will be contributing to the extremity. Another way of looking at that is to plot the data against the global mean surface temperature as a proxy for climate change. And you can see there's a linear relationship in there, at least in what's happened up until that point. But then, of course, we want to know, is this change really due to climate change that we've seen in the observations? And for that, we use climate models, because then you can use that as a controlled experiment and switch off the effect of climate change and switch it back in. So in that stage is called the attribution itself, and we answer the question, to what extent is that change that we've seen in the observations attributable to climate change or to some other factor? And this is an example of data from a climate model, and you can see there's a lot more points, so we get a lot more signal over the noise. And in these experiments, then we're looking at how the climate has changed from comparing today with the past. But because these are model runs, then we can also extend that into the future and make projections using exactly the same techniques. So that's a bit of the difference between detection, for which we use observations, and attribution, where we engage the climate models. But this is a very simple example, and actually there are challenges that we're facing in attribution that XAIDA is very interested in. So one is data quality and variability. There are notably poor and short data sets, or there can be too much natural variability, and these things impede detection. And you can see on the right here a plot of observation stations that have data for 50 years or more, and there are large parts of the world that just don't have long data sets. So yeah, that makes doing detection and attribution studies very difficult in those parts. There are also very rare or yet unseen events that XAIDA is interested in. For example, the Pacific Northwest heatwave was well above the rest of the data. So we can say something about the general trend up until that point, but to actually say what the causes are of that event, then we need to generate more climate data around that. There's also compound and cascading events, which stakeholders are extremely interested in. Normally, if you have an extreme, then there's many things that come together at that point that make it extreme. And there's no standard way to go about solving that in attribution. Then, now that we're going to smaller scales, we can channel the results towards relating to impacts, which is fantastic, but again, there's lots of challenge around that. How do we do that exactly? And then there's conditioning on dynamical processes and process-based understanding, which would be very interesting to really find out what processes are involved in extremes. So what is XAIDA itself? The overarching aim of XAIDA is to develop new artificial intelligence methods to study how global warming affects extreme weather worldwide. It's a 4-year EU-funded project, and we're over halfway through that project now. It unites 16 climate research institutes within Europe, and we collaborate with a wide range of stakeholders, and we're also developing new educational material. So some XAIDA highlights which relate to those challenges. We're advancing detection techniques for low resolution data, for example, convective events and hurricanes. And this is an example picture from the convective study work, where you take coarse resolution observational data, put it through an artificial intelligence technique, and then you can see on the right the outcome of high resolution map compared to the observations, and there's a great improvement there. And then the unseen and no longer seen events have been studied in our cities and energy workshops, or will be covered in those. Here you can see again a time series of what happened in a particular heat wave, and then during in the research there, then they generated a lot more information around this event. Then there are compound events which are very interesting for stakeholders too. You get heat and drought occurring together, and also cold and wind droughts, which is very important for energy. And then finding new impact-based and process-based event definitions, which we will discuss in our agricultural and legal workshops. So the workshop outline for the rest of this time will be 5-minute presentations followed by 10 minutes of questions. And we're going to start with a presentation from Marlene Kretschmer on causal inference. And then Freddie Otto will present the world weather attribution. And then Davide Ferranda will present his Klimameter. And the remaining time will be devoted to open discussion, questions and feedback. So during these talks, we'd like you to think about the following questions. Do you have any suggestions on how to make these methods more applicable to your needs? What do you need for your sector, and what kind of requests do you get? And how useful would these methods be if they became operational, in which case, some of these methods already are. And what is currently lacking and what is needed? And of course, any other questions that relate to the topic for you.